Hello ratbags, it's Jade Plays Games. Welcome to a special access show today. Make sure you like and let's get going with what this strange countdown is to do with Fallout. So what am I doing today? We're discussing everything to do with Fallout, and basically a whole bunch of rumours came out over the weekend and we've got some leaks. There is a new Fallout game about to be released, or will be releasing at some point this year. Listings have gone on Amazon and we have got a tiny little bit of information about it. I've also got some rumours and we're going to be digesting and talking over Fallout 76 roadmap plans. On Friday, Bethesda finally released a roadmap. I asked your guys' opinion on the community tab on YouTube, what you thought about it, and we've got more details now, exactly what it's going to entail for the first part. While lots of this is good, I have an opinion that some of it is very much a little bit late. But nevertheless, content for Fallout 76 is much needed. Not just the survival, which I'm probably looking forward to the most, but proper regular PvE content for the majority of the player base to enjoy and play. But that isn't the biggest rumour. Like it or absolutely hate the idea, there are rumours that a Battle Royale mode may be coming to Fallout 76, the content update after this one, Nuclear Winter. So I'm going to give you that and all the info, Fallout news, leaks and info. Let's go. So basically another placeholder appeared on Amazon. Amazon just really are not the best store to release your games on because they frequently always leak shit. But it does look like it is pretty on the nose that Fallout 3 Remaster is on the works. Spotted by Wario64, the listings were titled placeholder and Bethesda was specifically named as the publisher. The placeholders were separately numbered for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One and PC versions, with a collector's edition, a deluxe edition and a standard edition listed for each of the three platforms. As soon as the listings were made online, Amazon removed them. Now that trailer we saw in the beginning was actually spotted in the trailer section, so it really does hint that it's going to be a Fallout game. Of course it's not going to be a brand new Fallout game, that would be absolutely bonkers. But definitely it's been rumoured in the past they've been trying to work out a way to remaster. As we've seen from Skyrim Remaster, it's definitely in Bethesda's looks to get as much money as possible, and with the failure of Fallout 76, no doubt about it, this would bring some goodwill if it was done right. Now the only other thing possibly it could lead to is this report is saying that someone has found out something, or DualShockers went through the company listings and they put something back in December 2018 called Deathloop. It really may have nothing to do with the Fallout universe, it may be something completely different, and it is a ZeniMax publishing trademark. Now the Amazon listing has been removed, but it did list December 31st. But pretty much all games that come out without any real plans of release will always have the end of the year as a release date. And this is what greets you if you go onto the page right now. Fallout 3 I'm sure would be a welcome addition, particularly remastered. Skyrim was great and it opened up the world possibilities of mods on console particularly. So can you imagine if they have the same sort of deal that Fallout 3 Remastered will also have access to mods? That would give that life of the game on console a huge boost. Yes, we know PC have got mods for a long time, but even so, Fallout 3 was kind of a good long time ago. What I am puzzled with though is how they're working out the collector's edition and deluxe edition. Now it could just be a listing problem with Amazon, they've frequently done this in the past, there may not necessarily be 3 different editions. But how can they sell or chop up a game that is fairly old? Skyrim came as a complete package, so unless they're going to do something like sell one of the editions of Fallout 3 minus any DLC, and then maybe the collector's edition has all the DLC, I think that would cause a huge outcry. It's one thing buying a DLC or a season pass nowadays to get extra content for your game, but having to buy a season pass for content that's over 10 years old, I think would really go down poorly. But we have seen it in the past how Call of Duty monetized and sold their Modern Warfare versions, that companies aren't afraid to maybe do the worst thing possible. So yes, if it does turn out to be a Fallout 3 remaster, I would expect and I should see all the available DLC as part of the game rather than having to buy a collector's edition. But all that is a little bit hearsay, we don't know for definite it is that, but it would be really strange if they did try releasing any other type of Fallout game. It's been retailing at $59.99, so that does mean it's not some mobile game or something a little bit smaller. I mean, we really don't know. Maybe they've gone all out. Maybe they're doing a simulation game. Maybe it's a city builder. Who knows? Something set within the parameters of the Fallout universe. But the easy money would be on the remaster, particularly how 76 really didn't perform. Or it did perform, but players have left in their droves. I have never played Fallout 3 other than maybe the first mission. I am not a Fallout fanboy, as I do have to keep reminding people. So it would be interesting to go back and see what many people regard as one of the best vying for the title. Although I do get a lot of people telling me that New Vegas was the best one, and actually that's the one I've put the most time into. Okay, let's go over the new content that's coming for Fallout with their roadmap. The post does detail that they made mistakes and it was a difficult launch. And this is what to expect. The first part is the Wild Appalachia. You guys have probably seen some of this already detailed over the weekend from other YouTubers, so I'm not going to go on it too much. But the Wild Appalachia will include the survival mode, new features and new quests. Nuclear Winter is going to have a new winter mode, possibly. That is the one I'm going to be talking about. A big rumour with that, and a Battle Royale mode. High level raids, Vault 94. We know there are vaults that are placeholders in the game at the moment. They really don't have anything in them, or if they do, they really aren't part of the game, even though you can access it by glitching. And there are some new features. And then the last part coming towards the end of the year, fall 2019. Another new main quest, new events and new features. A little bit vague, but at least it is something there. In my last video, when I was criticising the fact that Fallout 76 have just not paid enough attention to PvE, I did think it was strange they didn't have a roadmap out. Now, considering it's nearly, 4 months on since the game came out, it's very, very slow. And I would still argue that this content is nowhere near enough for a game that's supposedly meant to be a real live service game. But nevertheless, it's still good to see, and I'm sure people who really love Fallout 76 still are gonna enjoy it. So basically, maybe a brand new creature, a mythical beast to track down. Also going to be able to brew and distill brand new potions. Looks like they're going to have a new limited time event where I'm sure they'll be flooding the actual game store with consumables and collectibles that you can buy. Adding a new legendary vendor so you can go ahead and trade all your legendary items. You'll also be able to finally build vending machines coming up in April, and a new camera, which is a bit odd as we have photo mode in the game already, but maybe this gives a bunch more options and lenses. Now it has got new quests. I am going to go out on a limb. I reckon this will be quite short. I'd love to see it chuck in at least a good 12 to 15 hours worth of content. And if you think that's quite a lot, bearing in mind this is going to be the big content update until the summer. So if this turns out to only be maybe an hour-long mission, or just a couple missions that only stretch for a couple of hours, I think it would really, really disappoint. But I think a good 10 to 15 hours is what you would expect from a big piece of DLC. And remember, it's meant to be free because of all the microtransactions in the game. And then lastly, in May, we've got something to do with a customizable backpack system for increased utility. So does this mean we're going to be able to craft and make your own style backpack? That would be pretty interesting, and it's one of the biggest bugbears. The UI for the game is horrendous. People really just don't like it. It doesn't organise things very well. Maybe this will be a way of bringing that better as well and improving the UI for the game. But the big one for me is still the survival mode. Yes, I know a lot of you guys are really not excited about full PvP. But I am. I say it every time. I was looking forward to Fallout 76 having a lot more Rust-like features. So I will definitely be jumping into this at the end of the month. It is surprising it is going to be the end. It does look like they want to show off a little bit of the new mission structures they've got. And I think that's probably a good idea. Give people who are playing the game more of what they expect. PvE content, some fixes, some new features, and then throw in something like the survival mode. So expect to see me covering that, and I will actually start covering this from March the 12th. I'll jump back into Fallout 76 because I'm intrigued to see, after all the hype and the hate, whether or not Fallout 76 can do a No Man's Sky and bring around a turnabout. Okay, so we're moving on to summer now, and this is what I really wanted to talk about. I've seen some rumours. On Twitter, I saw Legacy Starkiller talking to Matty Plays about the fact a Battle Royale mode is rumoured to be part of Nuclear Winter. After delving into it a little bit, what I have kind of discovered, although by no means am I the first, there could be a Battle Royale mode. From the leaks and the news and the information I've seen on Reddit and stuff, it would be very different though. It wouldn't be a Battle Royale to the death, as in all the players just go against each other with a circle that shrinks. The circle would actually get bigger. The nuclear bomb would drop. And players would actually have to run away from the circle before it kills them, obviously being a nuclear, a nuclear drop. I'm guessing it wouldn't be just one missile, it would be lots of smaller nuclear explosions that would mean players would have to just keep running and getting out of the area. And then it would be a case of maybe the last man standing wins. Bearing in mind these are going to be game modes, I'm sure they're not going to be something that is just happening in the game world every now and then. But I really do hope it is a separate game mode and it isn't like their current last man standing mode. Fallout 76 does have its own mini battle royale already. You can tune into the radio Appalachia and you can start an event, which basically means that it's hunt or hunted. I've rarely seen any videos or content on it. No one's really come across and said it's an amazing game to play. Obviously with so short a player base and the fact the map is so big. But a nuclear winter battle royale mode, I could get behind that. If it's big, if it's different, if it's changing the way we view battle royale games. And I think actually Fallout 76 could have real good fun with that. Imagine having to scrounge supplies while running away from a nuclear explosion. Desperately trying to find health stims to last a little bit longer. And then maybe you do come across another player and it's a case of killing him to get his supplies that he's managed to loot in that short space of time. The explanation for Nuclear Winter does say it's an all brand new way to play the game. So lots of people have been speculating it's going to be a hard mode. But survival mode, it kind of feels a little bit like that. Although it's not a bona fide hard mode. I just can't see them only tacking that on. That doesn't really inspire that much freshness or unique take or something brand new. It's interesting as well, the vaults 94 and I do believe 96 are going to be opened up, so there'll be really hard dungeons that you basically clear out. Again, that should really all be in the game already, but at least we'll start seeing it filter through. All in all, we can rag on the fact that Fallout 76 was a disaster when launching, but it does have a hardcore following. And them type of following, that type of fan base that sticks with a game can often bring other players back into it. My last video I spoke about the fact that no one was playing Fallout 76, and in relation to how many people bought the game and the hype around it, it's definitely not got the player base it should have. So is this going to make the difference? Can they pull off a Sea of Thieves or No Man's Sky and start getting people hyped about this game? I'm not 100% sure. I still think some of this stuff is a little bit too late. But ultimately, if you've bought the game and you haven't been able to refund it, it's there to try it again and see if it can pull you back. What would you rather be playing? Fallout 76 with all this brand new content or a remastered Fallout 3? I will add, of course, that some people are speculating it will be Fallout New Vegas as well as Fallout 3 added onto that collector's edition. Bethesda have been very much cutthroat in the way they've done business. I distinctly remember a time when they announced the Skyrim VR edition could possibly come in as an update. They changed that and they made it into a full price game. That's on top of the special remastered edition and all the other various remastered or different editions of the game they've put out on different consoles. I think people are probably dreaming if they think they're going to offer both games as a one price. But who knows, it would definitely give a lot of goodwill if they did sell the remastered edition of Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas in one package. Especially as Fallout 3 was a good while ago and it wasn't the big breakout hit the same way that Skyrim was. Let me know what you think. Pop it in the comments section down below. Keep up with all gaming news. Make sure you subscribe and you've got notifications turned on. And really help me out and like this video, guys. I will see you ratbags for another news video very soon.